Hello friends, welcome back. So in this tutorial we are gonna learn about the concept of this keyword in Java. So to understand this concept, you should be having a basic idea of inheritance. So inheritance is a process by which a class can extend another class. So suppose we have two classes, class A and class B. Suppose class B is extending the properties of class A. The process is called inheritance. Okay, so the child class can acquire properties from the parent class. So that is the main use of inheritance. Now to show you the uses of this variable, let's have a look at this picture. So we have a parent class here and we have a child class here. So a class can have these things, can have fields, can have its methods, it can have its constructors. So using the child class, inside child class, if we make use of this keyword, we can access these things, fields, methods or constructors of parent class. So that is all we are gonna learn today. So you'll see a live example to understand it better. So let's switch back to our Eclipse. Okay friends, so we are in Eclipse now. So here this is the sample example. I have a main class super example one here. Inside this we have two classes. One is parent class, which is this one. Then we have child class, which is this one. Okay, so let's see the contents of parent class first. So we have a field here. This is integer I. Then we have a constructor. It's a parameterized constructor. It accepts the integer value. We are just printing out some data to understand the flow. Okay, so that is simple. Then we have a method here. Again we are printing out some statements just for our convenience. Okay, so this is all a parent class has a field, a constructor and a method. Now let's come to our child class. So this is our child class. You can see class child class extends parent class. So once we define it like this extends. That means it becomes a child class of the parent, and the inheritance is being implemented. Okay. So now let's see the content of the child class. So we have a constructor here. This time it is a default constructor. It doesn't accept any argument. Inside this, what we are doing, we are calling the super class constructor. So this is the syntax to do it. Super then 10. Since we have a parameterized constructor, we want to call that one, so we are passing 10. So super 10 will take us to here, super class constructor. Okay, then we just have a simple SOP print statement. Okay, so then we have a method inside a child class. So inside this method, first we are printing out the field value of super class. Again we are making use of super keyword, super.I. So super class field is accessed this way. So we'll print the value of I from subclass. Then from this, inside of this, we are calling the method of parent class, super class. So this is the way to do it, super dot method of parent. After that we just have a simple print statement. So that's all about the subclass. Now let's look at our main method. So what we are doing inside it, we are just creating an object of child class. So once the object of child class is created, since we are not passing any argument here, so the default constructor will get called, which is this one. Controller will come here. It will, since super is called here, it will go to the parent class constructor with the value of 10. Okay, it will come here. It will execute this statement. And after that, we are just showing, we are calling the method of child class. So this child class method will be called and these statements will be executed. So here super will come into picture. while printing out the field value as well as while calling the method of parent. Okay, so to understand the flow of the execution well, this time I'm gonna run it in a debug mode. So I have put the debug pointers at various places. Let's see how it executes. So I'll do right click, debug as, and then Java application. So it will open in a debug mode. So as you guys know, all the execution of any Java program starts with the main method. So controller has come here. So now let's set this statement. Child class cc equal to new child class. So to resume it, to go one step further, I'll do step over. Our shortcut is F6. Since it was creating an object, it came to the constructor. So constructor is called, child class constructor is called. Inside this we are calling the super class method. So the controller is here. Once I do F6, it will call the super class constructor. We do F6. Okay, so as expected, it has come, controller has come here in the super class constructor, and the integer value is passed. So we can see j equal to 10 is getting passed, and inside this we are just printing out the value. So this statement will be printed. So let me press F6. Okay, so the same value is printed in console. So let's do F6 again. Now it will print out this value. So this task is done. Now controller has come to the next statement. Coming from child class constructor must be printed. Let's do F6. Okay, so the statement gets printed. Now let's do F6 again. This is executed. Now it will go to the next line. We are calling a method of child. Okay, so let's do it. So it came to method of child. So this is a child class method. So this is the first statement, system.out.println. We are just printing out the field value from super class, super.I. So since that variable is not initialized, it is supposed to have the default value of 0, and same should get printed here. Okay, so we are getting 0 here. So this line is done now. Now the controller has come to the second line, super.method of parent class. So here we are seeing how can we call the super class method inside of a child class method. We are just doing super.method of parent. Step over. Okay, so you can see the controller has come to the main class now. And coming from parent class method, this statement will be printed. Okay, so this is as expected. Now let us do F6 again. Now at last we are just printing coming from child class. Okay, so that's it friends. So the program execution is done. We have seen the flow, how it calls, so how we can call all these things from the subclass, the field, the constructor and the method. Okay guys, so please like the video if it helps, please subscribe and keep watching. Thanks for watching.